Yo, welcome to my channel Ward Draws a Lot. Obviously I'm Ward, or I wouldn't have named it Ward Draws a Lot. The time has come to finally do a sketchbook tour. That's right, I finished my Ohuhu Sketchbook. It's been 8 long months, but I finally did it, and I want to show you guys some of the drawings that I didn't do videos on, or is only on my Instagram, or that I've not shown anyone at all. So let's get started. Also, sorry in advance, because this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, and I don't usually do longer videos because I don't know. I just don't. Okay, so here was the first drawing that I did in the book, which is my OC Nikki. I already did a video on this because I was also reviewing the sketchbook at the same time that I did my first page in it, and I really liked how he came out. It's still one of my favorite drawings in the entire sketchbook. The next one is just some OC that I did. Originally it was based off of what my character from IMVU is wearing, and I just decided to draw it because it looked so chef's kiss that I was just like, I have to do this, and he came out exquisite. I really like the way he came out. It's just so cute. This was supposed to be a actual video on blending Ohuhu markers, but I didn't like the way the drawing came out. Even like his expression is like, what is this? It's hilarious. Okay, so now we're entering Drawtober 2020, where I took some manga stills from My Hero, and I decided to draw them in my style. And I really liked how this one came out. The line art, I really like thick line art, and I realized that after I did this piece right here. So I try to keep that theme more often down the line in the sketchbook. Here's a Bakugo that I did. I didn't do a video on him, but I just did him for fun, and it got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people actually liked him, and I really like the way he looks here too. And I took some creative liberties from the original manga panel and kind of, like I said, do my own style of things. So there's that. The next one I actually have done a video on. It's of drawing a manga panel of Stain. It's probably one of the favorite, if not the favorite of this book that I've done, because I feel like I really captured the look and feel of this character really well. This is Pumpkin Boy, who is probably one of the most adorable OCs I've ever drawn in my life. He has this little pumpkin on his head, and he just imitates him, and I think it's just absolutely adorable. Like, I want to protect him forever. The next page is him again, but the pumpkin has grown fully now, and I was gonna do a third drawing where the pumpkin actually dies, but I was like, that's sad, and I don't want this character to be sad, so we're not doing that. Around this time, I had started going back to Soul Eater again, and as always, I love Krona with all my heart. I love them so much. So this was actually one of the videos, and I redrew them, and it was awesome. This is a really bad attempt at anatomy practice, to the point where I gave up and doodled on the side, and I was like, okay, this is like the ideal body on the sides, forget the main one. This was also a video for Drawtober 2020, where I took candy and I created them into characters, and it was inspired off of what Drawing with Waffles did, and it's cool that artists can inspire other artists with little things like that. Here, I was trying to imitate the Gray Man coloring style, because the way the mangaka colors is awesome, and when I did it, I was like, this is booty. I'm looking at it now, and it actually does look kind of cool, but it's not for me. That style of coloring, at the end of the day, is just not my forte, so to speak. Then we have some studies that I had found online by, I think, Miyui. I think she's like on Insta and on Twitter, and her reference drawings are really good. This is the Forsaken Final Fantasy potato that people voted for on Instagram, and I was very upset that I had to do this character, but they exist and I can't take it back. This one was just I don't think it was event drawing. It looks like it, but I honestly think I just wanted to draw something along the lines of this, and I really like how it came out. Then we have like a shitpost page. There are a good amount of shitpost pages in here with just random doodles, because I couldn't draw, or I couldn't think of what to draw, so you're gonna see them pop up every so often. This guy I did a video on because I had just gotten washi tape, and I really no, a new washi tape, not washi tape, but I just got new washi tapes and I really wanted to use it. And I originally struggled with this drawing a lot, but then after I got the hang of how to do his pose, I felt like I did an awesome job. This was just a random doodle of Shigaraki. I like the little one, the mini one with all the hands around his hair, better than the giant one in the middle of the page. I think I was just bored and I wanted to do something. Here's another shitpost page where I had no idea what to draw. When I don't know what to draw, I literally put my pen to the page and then just start going. My favorite was the monkey with the banana. He's right there. The rest of them, I think, were just random doodles. Here I took Agretzko stickers and then I used them as a reference to put her in a human form in my style. And I really do think I captured her pretty well, because the whole idea of her, she's supposed to look plain enough, but not so plain where people don't think she's attractive or they think she's unattractive. I also like how I did a little thumbnail of the drawing before I went in and actually drew her. Here, again, I was still going through Soul Eater, and I just really wanted to draw Soul. There's something about his character that is just, in a way, so relatable, because he doesn't care, but he cares a lot, but he's like got this cool attitude that I love him so much. So for this, I tried to do the putting down the color and then drawing in what you think / see or whatever the challenge is, and I found out my brain is weird, which I already knew beforehand. Here, another instance where I don't know what to draw, and I put my pen to the paper, and my brain goes wherever it truly wants. I really like the fat frog on this page, and all the beans that I have around it. Just different sitting poses of beans, which was nice. I like beans. The next one was when I did the designing my own sneaker video, and then I did a little character on the side to give it almost like an advertisement, and I think that this is one of the best poses I've ever done, because I captured the perspective really well, and I feel like he looks very proportionate. So I'm very proud of this one, and every time I see myself going back to look at it, I'm like, wow, this looks awesome. Here is another case of I wanted to get out something in my brain, but like nothing was coming out, so I started drawing. And then I think I didn't like how the eyes came out, so I just black lined over it, and I just continued with the rest of the page. Here I drew Cloud. I had finally got to play Final Fantasy Remake. I love the game so much, and it got me into the entire Final Fantasy series, which I'm still going through 9, because my brain short-circuited after so many Final Fantasies back to back, but I'm enjoying them. Here I did the 3-marker random challenge video, where I just picked 3 markers at random and then decided to make a character out of them. And of the colors that I got, I decided to make a king, just for the sole fact of usually they wear such exuberant non-matching colors just because they can. It's like it's the whole like when you got status nobody can say shit to you thing, so that's why I thought he would fit those colors really well. Here I tried to draw Juzo Inui from No Gun's Life, but in a human form, like what I pictured he would look like. I made his head like way too big though, and I was really upset by that. It even made it smaller from what it originally was too, so I tried hard there. Here I did this video. It was just Deku with a little Christmas present, and I honestly thought that would just be a cute idea to do because I love him. And then I remember reading the chapter where they did the whole exchange gifts thing, and it was really cute. I drew Captain Obi from Fire Force, and he came out like, oh my god, my brain was like so mind blown. I was like, yo, he looks so good for no reason. I mean, he already looked good for no reason, trust me, but he looked really good. Like, I just love the expression, the color. Even when I took the photo looked fantastic for Insta, and a lot of people ended up liking it, and I was like, yo, this is awesome. I want to do more stuff like that. This is an entire page of beans, just different beans. I like the fat bottom bean, sitting bean, the workout bean. There's just so many beans. My favorite is probably the zombie bean. I think that one's great. I like the half bean too. They're just beans. They're just chilling. Okay, this spread is when I got my mystery box and decided to do a illustration out of what was inside, which if you've seen it, I had like a bunch of different pens, markers, and a whole bunch of stuff to make an illustration for a great price in comparison to buying different things from different places. After doing that, I actually still felt like drawing, and drawing that character in specific, so I went into the next page, and I had decided to just doodle him out because he was just like such a happy, vivacious character that I really wanted to do him again, and I think I'll draw him in the future as well because I just love him. Here I tried to do a 90s anime style where the main focus is like the very large highlight in the eyes. The hair is much more structured a certain way and very big. This is a character I've actually had since, I think, college? I'm not sure though. But the whole 1920s rubber hose characters are really cute and fun. I don't draw him often. He's usually just stuck up in my head, but I still like him. Here I was going through Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is actually the original story, and compared to Full Metal Alchemist Regular, it's like a whole backwards thing. Anyway, watch Brotherhood instead of regular FMA. So yeah, the story is great. As much as I remembered it, I went through it again to just kind of get the whole story correctly, and I ended up drawing both of them because I love them so much, and I'm so happy it ended the way it ended. I don't want to say too much in case people haven't watched it, so yeah. Here is my favorite, I'd like to say my favorite spread in the entire sketchbook, where I drew characters from Kemono Jihen, and I love this show in this manga so much. I love it so much, like I can't get enough of it. And the characters make me so happy, the show makes me so happy. I totally suggest giving it a watch, but note, there are some darker themes that go on if you read the manga. They kind of don't show them as much in the anime. Here is my OC Rose. He is Nikki's twin brother. I haven't drawn him in a while, nor have I drawn Nikki in a while, if I'm being completely honest. But sometimes I just like to do an outline of the character and then add in a splash of random color. Here I chose purple because his eyes are like a purple, and I really think he came out really cool. This page like stands out a lot to me personally. Here I drew Kabane from Kemono Jihen yet again because I love the show so much. How could I not draw him again? I want to protect Kabane forever. I really like how his eyes came out here, and I like how I kept it sketchy instead of doing line art for him. I tried something different and I like it, but I wouldn't completely change my style to that. Oh, I really like that hand, by the way. That's a really good hand. So yeah, here I was doing color matches for my Ohuhu versus Copic video, which I totally want to delete because it was really bad quality, but I still don't. I don't know why. And then I tested some Sharpies out on the paper too. Sometimes it's just nice to see how papers blend out certain colors. Okay, here is Deku holding a heart. It's like near Valentine's Day, so I decided to do like a little mini series of a few characters holding a heart and like being happy that they're receiving it. So I thought it was super cute. I tried to encompass their personalities too, although Deku's is a little bit too like, yay, I got it. He'd kind of be more embarrassed. And we have Bakugo, who's a little bit more like, yeah, whatever, I got a heart, and he enjoys the idea of having the heart, but he refuses to admit it. I totally thought that would work so well with his character. And then we have Todoroki, who I think would just completely look at the heart and be like, oh, I have a heart. Like, that's it, but like no real expression on it, because a lot of the time he's very, I'm not gonna say expressionless, but like doesn't show a lot of emotion. Here I took an OC from I think a year ago, and then I decided to redraw them because I just really like that character and I wanted to see how they would look like now in my style. I might do that some more though, because I really like that idea. Okay, for this page I wanted to draw a character, but I was like, let's try and make an outfit for them, and then I realized this outfit sucks and I should stop, which was a very good idea. Here I was doing the video where I tested out 5 below markers, which when I was blending them I was having a real hard time. In fact, when I was drawing it I was so baffled that like I was like, what's going on here? So I went to the next page after I drew that drawing and I shitposted a drawing real quick. I'm like, okay, let's just see what I could do here, and I wrote all these notes around the page because I was like so confused as to how to make these markers look as good as they can. And then I was like, okay, wait, let's do them cell shaded instead. And cell shaded, they work really well and look really awesome, and there was a large enough range of color so I can actually make the characters look pretty good. So I think, yeah, like I said in that video, for their price, great. Like, I don't complain about it if it's just cell shading. Here, I attempted to try and do my first TikTok, which was much harder than I thought it was gonna be, so I tested some things out. I did like a drawing at the top, then I did a drawing at the bottom once I finally knew what I was doing. Here I actually was drawing, they're called moke, I believe, from Hanako-kun, the Jibaka no Shonen Hanako-kun, or Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I've probably said like Hanako 5 billion times within 3 seconds. I did 2 TikToks for these as well. It's just Inuyasha and Shishomaru, which I'm going through the series slowly because there's a lot, but I really want to watch all of it, but there's so much. There's so much. Originally, I messed up Shishomaru. That was supposed to be on the same page as Inuyasha, but at that point, when I messed him up with the line art, I was like, okay, let's just do it on the second page, and that's exactly what I did. For this page, I could tell I really wanted to draw, but my brain wasn't letting something happen. So that's when I believe the beginning of art block was kicking in. I want to use a different word besides art block because I feel like art block is like, I don't like the word, so I was like, forget it. And I was trying to watch the Batman movies, and I realized my brain wasn't built for them. No, it wasn't happening, so I was like, forget it, impossible. This is probably one of my favorites in this book because it just looks so enticing. Like, I just like it's pretty. It's like a masterpiece in my eyes. You get me? Like, I love him so much. Okay, finally I had started watching Cowboy Bebop from the first time from when I was like 5, 6, when it was an Adult Swim, and I would watch it anyway. And I decided to doodle him and make a TikTok on it, and then I doodled some stuff on the side that was just a big mistake. That's a no. Here, these are some recent videos where I did different anime characters in cartoon worlds and where they would fit, which I ended up liking a lot. Okay, this is where I know art block set in indefinitely, because now I'm just doodling anything with no rhyme or reason because I really want to do something good, but I can't. I tried doing Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen, and I didn't like the way he came out at all. I was like, this is kakapoopy. And then I tried to sketch him around a little bit more and realize what the difference was between the sketch versus my lined art, which was just nuances that would make the character look too different from what he originally did. In effort to try and defeat my brain from going stale, I did some references of characters looking up and characters looking down. I found out I have a horribly hard time with characters who look downward, which I don't know why, but I guess maybe I just don't do it as often as looking up, because looking up felt much more natural to do, while looking down felt like I was, my fingers were like basically bleeding at that point, trying to figure out how to make a character look down without looking weird. Here's a page where I put, what do I draw, because at that point I'm struggling. I'm like, yo, I want to do something, but it's not letting me. So I sat there and I was like, okay, this kind of sucks. What can I do about this? That's when I did the video on the 500 drawing prompts, just to get my brain started again, and it worked. So taking a random prompt and then drawing something out definitely led me to do something like this right here, which is probably one of the most, I don't know, there's something about this drawing that just, I can't stop looking at it personally, where I'm like, it's captivating to me because of his expression and the way he's standing. Here I was trying to draw Jasmine Sullivan. I'm talking way too fast. I need to relax. I tried to draw Jasmine I'm gonna just stop talking at this point, bro. I'm just okay. Now that I got like a second to make my brain okay again. Yes, I tried drawing her, and it was just a little cute thing that I wanted to do because I really like the song Pick Up Your Feelings and how she looked in that video, which was absolutely gorgeous. Here I was just trying to do like a little study of the body with the arms upward. And this is the final page of my drawing book, and I just really wanted to do a pose that I don't think I've done in the book previously, and just something with a nice cool vibe going on where he's kind of up against the wall and just chilling, smoking a cigarette, but it looks like he's looking off in the distance, looking at something. I used washi tape for the quote-unquote wall behind him. Finally, there's the last page of the sketchbook, which is what I would do all the time when I was young, and I decided to do it now. And it says, "Thank you, Sketchbook, for being me when I couldn't. It took me a while, but you were always there for me when I needed company. May the next one be as kind and inspiring as you are. Goodbye." Which was a little sad to write, but at the same time very fulfilling because it felt like I was actually completing something. Finally, the last thing to show you is just the little things that I put in the back of the folder in the sketchbook, which it did end up ripping because I was either too aggressive with it or it got weaker over time, one or the other, but it was basically way too small for my hands anyway, so it did end up ripping, but I taped it up and it was just fine. These little things were just stuck in the back of there because I probably had nowhere else to put them, / I'm too attached to them and don't want to throw them away. Okay, so that was the entire sketchbook, and I'm really excited to start the next one. I love how this one inspired me all the time and made me feel like I was able to do something with my creativity, and this was a really good sketchbook, the brand itself, which was the Ohuhu Sketchbook, and I do suggest it to anyone who does a lot of marker art. I guess thank you for being on the journey with me of this sketchbook, and I hope you're here for many more. Thanks for watching, and remember I love you. Bye!